everyone. You guys might be wondering why am I wearing a watch this video. Well, believe it or not, it's related to today's topic, rocks. Now yep, it's a very fun fact to say that this watch contains some rock in it. That rock is an igneous rock called quartz. Now what is an igneous rock? What are the properties of quartz? Are there many more types of rocks? And what exactly even is a rock? Just find it out in today's video. So starting off, what is a rock? Well, a rock is basically any kind of a chunk of something solid, strong, heavy.
Emotional damage!
Right, so these rocks have served many purposes. You heard of this thing called the Stone Age, right? So now let's come over to the main concept. The three types of rocks. Number one is igneous. Oh, here igneous means fire in Latin. These igneous rocks are literally made out of fire. You know volcanoes, mountains with holes at the top and some vents somewhere all around, spewing out hot lava, a feeding chamber consisting of magma. Magma is basically lava inside of the volcano. And once it explodes out, it's called lava. This lava and magma can solidify at times. Like once a volcano erupts, if the lava somehow cools down very quickly, then it forms like a crystalline type of rock. One example is obsidian. This obsidian is 1,500 times sharper than steel knives. That's exactly what the Aztecs and Mayans used back in Mesoamerica. Another example of this kind of rock can be basalt. Now that brings us to another type of this igneous rock. You see, mostly lava takes a long time to cool down, right? Because of which it turns into a more powdery type rock. Now another example of this is pumice. You know those pumice scrubbers? Now those are the extrusive types of igneous rocks. There's another intrusive type of it. Means the one which just solidifies within the volcano. Now you see, sometimes the temperatures are just suitable enough for the lava to just cool down. Now this can form some crystals like granite. This over here is a sample of granite. This was actually a part of a kitchen slab, but it broke. Yep, it's mine. So yeah, there are multiple purposes for granite. One purpose is basically the kitchen slab. It's really tough, so it's really hard to break. Now yep, there are some more stones like quartz and diorite. Quartz, the base of the watch, is highly reflective. So that was the igneous rock. Sometimes when it rains, these rocks can be just broken into small rock fragments and then maybe they can just roll into some rivers where they'll eventually just settle down, and then layer after layer accumulating, there will be a whole new rock forming, the sedimentary rock. Now this forms when some mild pressure is applied to the rock. Mild. Now some examples of sedimentary rocks are limestone and chalk. You know the purpose of chalk, don't you? Limestone is used in making buildings. Now here comes the last type, metamorphic. Meta means huge scale and morph means change. It's basically a name to the process of the life cycle of a butterfly, right? Like from a little egg to a beautiful creature. And in between it's kind of like this ugly little worm, right? And what makes it more ugly is that it eats away plants, eventually turning into a swift butterfly just pollinating more plants. So they are at first pests and they turn into plant helpers. That's basically the point. It's basically big change. And some similar kind of change happens to these rocks when they are under extreme pressure and extreme heat. Now eventually their category changes, and also the way they look, it also changes. You know the Taj Mahal, right? That beautiful monument made out of white marble. Well, marble, it's a metamorphic rock. It metamorphs from limestone to marble to become that beauty we all know. Now you see, this change can happen from igneous to sedimentary, then from sedimentary to metamorphic, then back to igneous, or maybe igneous to metamorphic, and then back to igneous, like when the rock overheats and then turns into lava and then solidifies again. You know the point. I hope you got something from this video. So on that fact,